Hello and welcome back everyone to another YouTube video. Today I will be recapping my round 3 game in the Dewain Barber National Tournament of Middle School Champions. Now going into this game I was at 2 out of 2 riding high on like a good wave, and the third round I am playing a 2296, basically a 2300. Now going into this game I knew it would be very tough. I found out he played e5, but I'm like, you know what, just screw it, I'm just gonna play whatever, just try and play like the best moves here and not really prepare for him. I probably should have prepared for him because I was not really ready for what he did here. And, but I didn't really care. I just like, okay, just play the best moves, try and go for the win. This game was nothing like going for the win. You'll see later on. Like, the title is there for like a reason. He really played like a very good game here. Now, I'm just gonna skip to like where it starts to get interesting here. This is all like the regular stuff. And here I went knight b2, which is inaccuracy because of knight g4. And all this, because now he could get f5 in. But like I was just so used to playing knight b2, which is just like so logical that I should have probably played h3 here and like h6 and then like maybe then knight bd2. Try and go knight f1, knight g3, bishop e3, d4. That's like my plan. But I didn't do that. I went knight bd2, and all this happened, and now he gets like an easy f5. And already black's position is easier to play than white. Black can do certain things, several things. Black can go f5, he can lead the pawn there, he could trade it off, he could close down the structure so he can get g5, g4. He can do a lot of things, while I kind of had to stick with my d4 plan and like trading off a lot of pieces, like not with like knight f1, bishop e3. You'll see it later in this game. Bishop e3 is gonna be a big thing. And here I should have went h3. Now, why didn't I go h3 is because I thought he had f5, takes, and I f1, he can have a g3, he can go g3 or queen h4, I thought was totally fine for him. And if h3, f5, if I take, I thought he could take, go there, takes, and bishop takes f5. And with the d5 ready, I thought, okay, I'll have to go back and d5, bishop takes d3, he can get queen d6, rook a8, e4, and I think he should be slightly better here, but maybe not. And I should have probably went for this. It's probably like my chance to potentially equalize, because now like he has like a slight advantage throughout this entire game, and he just never lets go of it. He just continues to put the pressure on me, as you'll see here. Starting off with f5 here. If I take, he can take. He has an open f file. This should be good for him. I went h3 now to get rid of the knight, but now knight h6. Which is actually a mistake because of bishop g5, queen d7, and this very weird move, bishop to a2 here. And it's like, it's just so weird, like, it's just super dank here. Like, it's a computer move, like, you would not see this. And I was thinking, okay, he's starting to take on e4. If takes on e4 the pawn, he has bishop h3. If rook e4, he has d5. And if I go back, I thought he could go f4. G5, G4, he's gonna steamroll me on the king side, and I'll be pretty much toast. So I like thought, okay, I have to take on f5, even though it's ugly and I don't really like it. Now, after bishop f5, I go knight 1h2 to defend from this bishop h3 thing, d5, and bishop e3, queen d6. Now he's defending this e5 pawn, and he has a pretty center, and black should be slightly better in this game, with like rook a e8. And here I was already struggling. I was already thinking for like 20 minutes here, and I was struggling to find like a move here. It's so hard. Like I can't make any like random move. Like queen m1, bishop d3, like, and if bishop e3, I thought he had d4 here. And this looks like not very good here for me. And here I came up with an idea after some thinking. I went d4. Now if takes, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take here. I'm gonna bring my bishop out towards here. I know it's kind of ugly, but I have to do it. If he goes e4, which is what he did in the game, I was debating whether I should go knight d2, knight f1, knight e3, and blockade, attack the pawn like this, or if I should go knight e5. Now, the computer said I should have went knight h4, but I thought like bishop e6 or bishop d7, and I didn't really like my position. This looked really weird. So perhaps I should have went knight d2. And I went 95, which is a mistake here. now black is just sort of better because after takes, like, see, at least if I win 92, 94, 93, I could say that his bishop's closed and his bishop's bad, although it's not because he can easily move out and go c5, but it will give me some time to regroup my pieces into a good formation. But now after 95 takes, like, he doesn't have to take, like I knew he didn't have to take, but after queen g6, okay, he's threatening h3, and I cannot ever take on d5 because he just has c6, and his bishop's open, and I'm thinking, why did I do this? Like, this is just so bad for me now. I'll have to go king h1, and after bishop e6, he's defending the pawn. If takes, rook a d8, c6 is coming, GG, why not? As Hikaru would say. So, I had to go queen e1 here to defend the pawn. Here, I was actually thinking a lot. I was debating, like, should I go bishop e3, should I not? And I ended up saying not, because this is just so ugly. This is a horrible position. And he's going to somehow win this pawn. He can actually maybe just go here. And I'll have to do something like this. This is just so ugly. He'll just defend his pawn, rook f5, rook f8, just win the pawn, and he'll easily consolidate and win the game. Now, after all of this, I went queen e1, he went knight f5, which is actually a mistake because of just, like, it's only a mistake if you see this one move, another computer move. Like, all of the chances I had were all computer moves, which is why, like, the title is the title. Now, bishop c2 here apparently is the move, which queen h5, g4, like, again, I did not even begin to see this, and I'm sure he would just find another move other than queen h5. I thought he had knight h4, but apparently I have f4. Like, if he goes back to try and go there, g4, knight to e7. I think I have f5 here, and I should be doing pretty good. Like, again, I did not even begin to see this, and here I was calculating many options. I'm like, okay, should I go g4? Because I want him to get out knight h4. Now, bishop f4 apparently is also a move here. I was considering bishop f4, but the reason why I rejected it is because of knight d4. I'll be forced to take, and look at this pawn. This is like the perfect target for this bishop. If I get into a single, I cannot get into an endgame here. Like, it's a lose-lose. I cannot get into an endgame because of the pawn. I cannot keep pieces because he's gonna steamroll me. He's gonna attack me. And like, okay, well, I'm gonna scrap bishop f4. No bishop f4. So I'm like, okay, maybe knight g4 to block out, or knight h4. Then I have knight e3. Takes, and then takes. I know this is ugly, but I can argue that I have the bishop here. Maybe if he lets me, I can get g4, queen g3, rook f2, like trade off some pieces, and maybe with the bishop here, I should somehow hold this game. Now, that's all fantasy of I wish it happened. Unfortunately, it did not happen that way. And I went knight f1 with another idea. If knight h4, which is what happened, I was going to go knight g3. And here, he was thinking, and actually, I missed what happened. I missed a move here, and so did he. He actually, so bishop f2 does not work, because rook f2, queen g3, rook f8 check, rook f8, queen g3, up a queen. And I also saw rook f2, and I thought, okay, bad because of the same thing. But turns out, I was wrong. Like, I saw all this, but I was wrong. I forgot that he had bishop g1. And he's gonna win my queen back, knight f5 check, and he'll push his pawn down the board, and he should win this game. Now, I didn't see that, and neither did he. Thank God. It prolongs the game for a little bit more. And now I was hoping for a bishop e3, bishop c2, reroute my pieces, and just try and consolidate and get my king safe. Now, here I was like confused what he should do. I thought rook f5 or rook f7 to just get his rook in the game. But here he played a different move, which I actually thought was a mistake. Not really. I just didn't see the move. h5. And h5 is a mistake because at first I'm like, oh wait, he let me go bishop e3. The one thing I wanted. And bishop e3 is a top engine move. But once I saw d4, I immediately rejected this. Both my bishops are under attack. I have to take, like, if I take this, he takes here. If I move the bishop back, he takes queen g3. queen g3 is coming, and this is an easy win for him. Now after h5, you know what the computer wants me to do? Another computer move, which is why the title is I Had No Chance. The computer wants me to do all of this. Like, he'll come back, he'll put his knight all the way back here, and I should, like, lock in the bishop or something like that. It's so crazy. God, I hate engines. I hate engines so much now after this game. Because there were some engine moves where maybe I could come back in the game. But they're so hard to see. They're just super dank. And it emphasizes more how hard my position is to play here. So after h5, which is a mistake, my best move is to sack. It's to sack a piece for 2 pawns. Which is not what I wanted to do. It's not what I was looking for. So I'm like, okay, my bishop has no use here. I'm going to go bishop c2 with kind of the same idea to go knight e4. Potentially, maybe later. And I thought, okay, f4 or f3 here to try and just pressure on e4. Now, after bishop c2, he actually had queen f7 here to pressure my pawn on f2. I would have probably went bishop e3. I didn't see this, but I have to go for this, even though this just looks so ugly. But his idea of going h5, I did see this, and the reason why I was kind of happy here was, okay, I have bishop e3 now. I am still much worse, but I can trade off a set of pieces. All this happens, he goes rook f3, which allows me to trade, and now I sit here thinking. I'm thinking, what should I do? My first immediate option was rook to e3. If trade, if take, he'll be forced to come back, and after rook f1, I shouldn't even be that worse anymore. Actually, after queen h5, like, maybe g4, and I'll have to sack, but I shouldn't even be that worse here. Now, the reason why I scrapped rook e3 for then was of rook a8. If takes, king f3, queen c2, he's winning the bishop, and he should win the game. Now, once I saw that, I'm like, okay, let's look for another move. So I thought, bishop d1. But once I saw queen f5, g4, queen e5, I once again rejected it. Because he wins a pawn, I have no activity, maybe rook e3, something like this. And I just felt like he's just going to slowly outplay me with like a b6, c5, g4. But maybe I have a slight chance here to hold. Maybe like a small chance here for him to hold and for him to mess up. I'm like, okay, that doesn't look so good. So how about another move? g4. Because I also saw, let's just say I made a random move like a5. He has queen f5, attacking the pawn. If h4, queen h3 coming in. And g4, queen e5. Now, actually, maybe I had bishop e4 here. But he doesn't have to take, he can go queen f4. And this position's good for him. I like the position for him. He's actually threatening maybe to take on g4. And it was super dangerous. I'm like, okay. But the real reason I scrapped g4 was I thought he had this. And bishop g4. If I move to the g file, he'll take on e2 with the discovered check. And if I come down here, he has queen h5. And the computer says, oh, nah. You should sack all of this, in fact, and go queen f2, and yeah, like this. That's what he wants me to do. Now, oh no, what the engine wants me to do is he wants me to do this, and you know what? No, this, and you know what? You should sack. You should trade queens when you're down 2 pawns, and you know what? You should trade another set of bishops. That's what, and you should sack another pawn. Like, come on, like, how do you expect me to see this? Like, this game is so hard. Chess is so hard. After this game, I'm like, God, this guy really didn't even give me a chance here to come back. Like, maybe I should have cheated. Actually, no. Don't cheat. So I'm like, okay, I have no other move. I can't be thinking this long. Rook e3. Rook a8, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll have a bishop d1. Like, I'll just have to play quick. And as soon as I played rook e3, he was hovering over this pawn, and I realized I messed up. And he played bishop takes h3, which is a brilliant move. If king takes h3, queen h6, king g2, queen takes a3, queen takes e3, and I'm completely lost. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go king g1, like rook f1. I know he'll have rook f1, but maybe somehow I'll hold this, although probably not, cause like queen b6, rook e1. Somehow, some way, everything's defended, but not for long. He'll bring his rook in, he'll push his pawns down. It'll be easily lost for me. But I thought that was my best chance. And he hit me with this. And my rook's pinned. I've never had a game like this. My rook is completely pinned. I'm losing a full rook. But I get one last try here. He does all this. Now, like, he has, like, this weird, like, diagonal thing. I thought I had, like, rook e1. But he has queen h6 check. And I find, like, one more last try. So I do this in rook h1. Or no, rook f1. And I thought after all this, like, maybe he'll go for bishop f3. And he'll miss that this is the pin. And after rook c2, maybe somehow, like, I'll have something. The best move here is actually rook c1. Like, if this somehow happened, like, he has to find all of this. He probably would have. He's like a 2300. But again, this is my last try. But he also has queen h6, and here in this position I resign because of king g1, queen h2, checkmate. So now I'm at 2 out of 3. I basically got destroyed. I had like 0 chance to equalize the entire time. I think my best shot here was I had two instances to play h3. I could have played h3 here, and I could have played h3 here. Those are my, like, 2, I guess, chances. After that, I had no chance. So, anyway, I'm at 2 out of 3 right now. It was a very tough game. My next video will be me recapping my round 4 game. And yeah, that's it. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Be sure to you can hit the subscribe button or like button if you want, if you enjoyed it. And yeah, goodbye everyone.